Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So last lecture we saw how to find the complexity or when to use big O, big theta or big omega. Today's lesson we will see how we can determine a complexity from a coding or programming language. So fine, so today's lesson on determine the complexity. Okay, so let us assume some programming language, it is like that main method. Okay, so it is like this: for int I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus, and here I wrote print high. Okay, so what is the complexity of this program? See, remember, so how many times high will get printed in this code? High will get printed 10 times, right? Now in this case, instead of 10, if I write 20, high will get printed 20 times, correct? So whenever we will find complexity, we cannot depends on only a constant number. We need to think input as a n. The value of n could be anything: 0, 1, 10, 100, 200, anything. Okay, so the complexity of a loop depends on how many number of iteration we need to do. If the value is n here, so we need n number of iteration. Okay, if n number of iteration, we can say the complexity is order of n. Fine. So remember, the complexity depends on number of loops. Okay, let us assume I wrote this code: for int I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay, inside that one more for int j is equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus, and print high. What will be the complexity of this code? See, this is order of n. This one is not only n time it will execute. For each n, it will execute another n time. Means if I is equal to 0 and let us assume n is equal to 10, so inner loop will execute 10 times. For I is equal to 1, inner loop will execute 10 times. So can I say the complexity of is n multiplied by n? Yes, correct. So complexity of this is order of n square. Okay, so what is the total complexity? So total is order of n. This is for outer loop. Inner loop is order of n square. Now, when we are writing complexity in terms of big O, we can only take the upper value or the highest term, because yesterday's class I told, right? What is big O? Fx is equal to less or equal to c dot gn. Means we are already considering the maximum. So if I am saying to reach one place to another place is maximum 30 minutes. So if it takes 10 minutes, it's fine. It is already included in 30 minutes. So we can write order of n square. Fine. Now let us assume this case we have a program for I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, print I for I j is equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Okay, print j. So what will be the complexity of this code? So here, this for loop order of n, this for loop will also take order of n, correct? So total complexity will be order of n plus order of n is equal to 2 multiplied by order of n. Now, as I say, when I will say big O of n, so 2 I can ignore. So overall complexity will be order of n. Clear? So whatever is I am doing for loop, so same thing will useful or applicable for while loop as well. Okay, so remember, if two loop is not inside, means if it is not a nested loop, then complexity will be order of n only. Okay, but if it is a nested loop, loop inside loop inside loop, so three loops is there, right? So immediately it will be n cube. N is the number of input. But if it is not nested, how many loop is there, it doesn't matter, overall complexity will be order of n. That's why we should write a code such a way that we should not write nested for loop. Okay, now let assume we are writing a method. Okay, so math. Okay, so let assume int n. Okay, if n equal to 0, return 0, else, okay, math, okay, n minus 1 plus math n minus 2. Now for this kind of program, we cannot determine how many times it will iterate. It can be complex logic, or it can have some other else condition as well. This is called recursion. Okay, to find out the complexity of recursion, we use recursive approach. So recurrence relation, we need to use recurrence relation. Now recurrence relation can be solved in 3 to 4 ways. Okay, so most useful way is master theorem, then also use recurrence tree. Okay, iterative approach. Okay, so these three we generally use. Okay, also we use a replacement, means we will replace one with another. Okay, that also you use. So next session we'll see how we can use master's theorem or recurrence tree to solve a recurrence relation, because for few cases we'll not able to find out complexity in naked eyes by only just checking the for loop or while loop. Okay, fine. And remember, if anything is a constant like if condition or else condition, these are like not a loop, right? It is a statement. So this will take order of 1 complexity. If I am writing int x is equal to 0, it will take order of 1. Any constant thing always take a order of 1 time. Hope you guys understand. If any issue, please write it in our comment section. Thank you.